And we are live with game three for the Sixers at the 2021 Firecracker Tournament. Sixers 1-1, won game one yesterday against the Gojos, dropped game two against the Idaho Falls Bandits in 10 innings late last night. Today they're going to play the Parker Lightning. Going to be Garrett Oswald on the mound for the Sixers. Ty Lobmeyer's going to be catching him around the infield for the Sixers. It's Fisher Brown at third, Coulter McAnally at shortstop, Keldon Hastings at second base, Zach Kostopoulos at first around the outfield for the Sixers. It's Romero in left, Tafoya in center, and Lopez in right as the first pitch from Garrett Oswald is fouled off into the parking lot. He jumps up 0-1. Oswald threw against the Gillette Rough Riders on Tuesday. Oswald's 5-1 on the year. Second pitch, it misses outside. Lightning's Drew Sailors is up. Sailors, Cannon Humphreys, and Trey Gray due up for the Parker Lightning. The middle third of the Lightning order is Joe Clinton, Andrew Major, and Brody Severin. The 1-1 pitch is just off the outside corner. Pretty good pitch from Oswald. Count goes to 2-2. The bottom third of this Parker Lightning order is Tristan Walker, Xander Caranta, and Parker Dennis. Oswald out of the windup, and that pitch misses upstairs. Oswald had a very good outing against the Gillette Rough Riders. He had a bit of a late start to the season, played his spring season at Southeast Community College in Beatrice, Nebraska. As that one's grounded to third base. That's going to tip off the glove of Fisher Brown, and that is going to be a leadoff dub, potentially double. And yep, it is going to be a double for Drew Sailors. He was running hard out of the box, and that was just a well placed ball. Kind of died after it hit the glove of Fisher Brown at third base. Romero was unable to get to that in time to limit Sailors to just a single, and he's on second with the leadoff double. That brings up Cannon Humphreys. Humphreys, the shortstop for the Parker Lightning. Oswald, set at the chest, kicks, delivers, and that pitch is a called strike on the outside corner. 0-1 on Humphreys. Sixers. It's a good thing they didn't have another morning game like they did yesterday, or they would have gotten no sleep last night. That game didn't get over till about 11:30. Oswald has the one he wants, checks in on Sailors at second. That curveball is hit and going back on his Keldon Hastings. That's going to drop in between Hastings and Lopez. Sailors had to hold up to make sure that ball was not caught. He will just advance to third base, but the Lightning have first and third with nobody out in the top of the first inning. Back-to-back hits from their 1 and 2 hitters. Right. Single by Humphreys brings up Trey Gray. Trey Gray. That rolls off the tongue nicely. I like that name. Gray hitting from the right side. Oswald is the one he wants. Kostopoulos holding him on first, and that pitch is a called strike at the top of the zone, 0-1. Oswald's jumped ahead of all three of these Lightning hitters, but they have been able to get on him later in the at-bats. Sixers going with the red tops with the 6 logo in the corner. One pitch is grounded up the middle. Coulter McAnally going to scoop it up. Only one play, and that's going to be to first base, and that is in time to get Gray. But that will drive a run in. The Lightning lead it 1-0 in the top of the first inning. Tough to work through a leadoff double. It is possible, but a lot of times that's going to score. Good job by Coulter McAnally making that play, and Garrett Oswald gets the first out of the inning. And ground out brings up Joe Clinton. Going through the uniform report, the Sixers have white numbers on the front and back of their jersey, and Clinton fouls that one off towards the Lightning dugout. 0-1. Sixers with the white pants and blue stirrups with the white stripes. Parker Lightning going with a little bit of the men's softball look with the gray pants and the gray tops with blue numbers and yellow trim. Oswald checks in on Humphreys at second base, and that curveball stays just upstairs. 1-1. Was chatting with Ty Lane before this game due to those Gillette Rough Riders games on Tuesday. They're hurting a little bit for pitching right now. They're going to need Garrett Oswald to go deep into this game. Xander Jarash could be the guy out of the bullpen. really only have about four available pitchers for this doubleheader, as that pitch misses in the dirt, 2-1. We will have game two of this doubleheader. That'll be against North Platte about 20, 30 minutes at the conclusion of this game. 2 balls and 1 strike on Clinton. 2-1 pitch, and that's fouled straight back, and the count is even at 2-2. Sixers with just one game tomorrow. That'll round up pool play for the Sixers. That'll be against Casper tomorrow at 7:30. Oswald getting the sign from Ty Lobmeyer. It's the third catcher we've seen the Sixers use this weekend. 2-2 pitch on the way, and that misses upstairs. Lobmeyer does a good job shooting up to glove that one, and the count has been run full. And shout out to the Cheyenne Hawks. They've started the Pool B. They're in Pool B over at Pioneer Park. They're 3-1 in Pool B and a chance to make Sunday. Always exciting when a Hawks team can make it out of that pool at this tournament. It's very tough to do. Payoff pitch on its way. Big swing and a miss from Clinton, and that is out number 2. Garrett Oswald throws Clinton a chair, and he just needs one more out to get out of the top of the first, limiting this damage to just 1 run. It's going to be Andrew Major, catcher for the Parker Lightning. Lightning are 2-5 on the year. One of those summer teams where they can grab guys from all over the place around the Denver, northern Colorado area. Oswald set at the chest. First pitch misses just upstairs. Looked pretty good from my angle. 1-0 on Major. It's Humphreys on second base. He had a single, kind of a Texas leaguer in between Hastings and Dom Lopez. 1-0 pitch on its way, and that's swung on and missed by Major. 1-1. Should Major reach, it's Brody Severin waiting in the on deck circle. Oswald kicks, delivers the 1-1 pitch, and that is a called strike. 1-2. Very similar to that first pitch that got called a ball. Outfield playing Major straight up. Little bit of a shade to the right side. 1-2 pitch on its way from Oswald, and that curveball just doesn't drop back down. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the top of the first inning. Sixers looking to get through the top of the first with just the 1 run in. This game was slated to start at 5, but a few blowouts early at Powers Field were able to start about 10 minutes early. 2-2 pitch on its way from Oswald. That's fastball, and that's fouled out of play. We'll do the 2-2 pitch once again. Beautiful day at Powers Field. 86 degrees according to my computer. Oswald delivers the 2-2 pitch, and that's hit well up the middle, and that's past the diving Keldon Hastings. Coming in to score is going to be Cannon Humphreys, and that's a 2-out RBI single by Major, and Parker Lightning extends their lead to 2-0. That was a good piece of hitting. That was a pretty good fastball from Garrett Oswald. He just slapped it through the right side. Hastings went full extension, was unable to get any leather on it. And single will bring up Brody Severin. Severin's the right fielder for the Lightning in this one. Oswald kicks, delivers, moving on the pitch is Major. The throw from Lobmeyer is not in time, and Major swipes second base. Severin, it's from the right side. Oswald looking to keep this score at 2-0. A 1 pitch on its way from Oswald, and that is a called strike. 0-2. Oswald way ahead of Brody Severin. Oswald has the one he wants. The 0-2 pitch is going to be a fastball, and that's fouled over the Parker Lightning dugout and into the parking lot at Powers Field. We'll do the 0-2 pitch again. Oswald, a college returner, one of two college returners for the Sixers this season. That has really bolstered their pitching staff as that one's hit well into center field. Going back on it is Tafoya. Tafoya looks like he's under it. Tafoya is under it, and that is out number 3, but not before the Lightning strike for 2 runs. We'll be back with the bottom of the first inning after this. You're watching Post 6 Baseball on the Capital City Sports YouTube page. And we are back at Powers Field. Parker Lightning get 2 runs in the top of the second, or excuse me, top of the first. Sixers going to look to answer that. Romero, Lopez, and McAnally starting things off for the Sixers against Sage Ferguson. First pitch from Ferguson is a called strike on the outside corner. Middle of the Sixers lineup is going to be Zach Kostopoulos, Mason Tafoya, and Keldon Hastings. Rounding out the Sixers lineup is Hayden Swain, Fisher Brown, and Ty Lobmeyer. Ferguson delivers, and that one misses just low. Pretty good pitch from Ferguson. Count is 1-1. Romero has been swinging as hot a bat as anybody this week for the Sixers. Big leg kick, and that one is fouled off. 1-2. Sage Ferguson is a big right-handed pitcher from the Parker Lightning. He's signed to play at Northeast Community College in Sterling. 1-2 pitch misses upstairs, 2-2. Dom Lopez waiting in the on deck circle. Romero, a 311 hitter coming into this contest. Ferguson set at the belt, working exclusively out of the stretch. That pitch misses in the dirt, and Julian Romero has run this count full. He Defensive alignment for the Lightning. It's Andrew Major behind the dish. He's doing the catching for Sage Ferguson. Ferguson set at the belt. Payoff pitch on its way. That fastball is a called strike three on the outside corner, and Romero goes down on strikes to start this ball game. Around the infield for the Parker Lightning, it's Trey Gray at third base, Cannon Humphreys at shortstop, Parker Dennis at second base, and Joe Clinton at first. Around the outfield, it's Brody Severin in right field, Xander Caranta in left field, and Drew Sailors in center. Ferguson set at the belt. First pitch to Lopez misses just off the inside corner. And Sage Ferguson is right around the zone early in this one. Ferguson set at the belt. And this pitch misses upstairs on Lopez 2-0. In the nightcap last night, Lopez, McAnally, and Costopoulos were they struggled a little bit at the plate, which is something you don't see very much out of those three guys. They're very consistent at the top of the Sixers order. 2-0 pitch, and that misses outside 3-0. So after setting Romero down on strikes, Ferguson falls way behind Dom Lopez. One out in the bottom of the first. Sixers looking to answer what they gave up in the top half. 3-0 pitch on its way to Lopez, and that misses upstairs, and Dom draws the 4-pitch walk, and that's going to bring up Colter McAnally. Colter McAnally, a 367 hitter on the season for the Sixers. Ferguson, a strikeout and a walk in his first two batters. And he's going to pick over at Lopez. Lopez dives back in easily. Ferguson looking in. Gets the one he wants from Major. Slide step, and that pitch is a called strike at the knees. 0-1 on McAnally. Sixers, as I mentioned, are 1-1 in this tournament. Looking for win number 2. Ferguson going to pick over at Lopez once again. Lopez back in easily. It's Joe Clinton holding Lopez on first base. Outfield playing McAnally straight up. That pitch misses upstairs 1-1. Right fielder Brody Severin maybe playing, shading the line just a little bit against McAnally. 1-1 strike. 1-1 pitch from Ferguson on its way. It's fastball, and it is a called strike on the inside part of the plate. 1-2, and that's the side of the plate he's working. The inner half on righties, the outer half on lefties. He's pounding that portion of the strike zone. Ferguson delivers. That one misses way upstairs. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lopez gets his lead off of first base. Ferguson gives him a look, slide steps and delivers, and that breaking ball is in the dirt. 3-2. 3-2. See if Lopez is moving. If Gary Harley elects to put him in motion, sometimes in a full count scenario, you would do that. Not moving on the pitch, and Colter McAnally takes strike 3, and he knew it as soon as that crossed the plate. He knew that that was a pitch that was much too close to take. You could tell by his body language. And that strike up brings up Zach Costopoulos. Costopoulos hitting 411 on the year. It's hard to believe that that average has come down a little bit this week. Lopez off of first and diving back in safely. Ferguson is very concerned with Lopez at the moment. Ferguson delivers, and that pitch hits Zach Kostopoulos right in the Evo shield, and that's why you wear that thing on the front arm. And the Sixers have two men on with two outs in the bottom of the first, and Mason Tafoya stepping to the plate. Tafoya is hitting 354 on the season, and he is having a good week as well. Gillette struggled with him on Tuesday, and he's done well this weekend through two games. Lopez getting his lead off of second. It's Humphreys working in behind him, and Tafoya fouls that one up and out of play, 0-1. Lopez on second, Kostopoulos on first. Ferguson looking to get out of a bit of a jam in this one. Ferguson checks on Lopez, checks again, kicks and delivers. The 1 pitch is fouled off as well, 0-2. And Mason Tafoya has fallen behind in this count. Ferguson gets the one he wants, the 0-2 pitch on its way. It's a fastball, and it's fouled out of play as well. And Mason Tafoya is battling with Ferguson. Fouled 3 straight pitches off. No balls and 2 strikes on the Sixers center fielder. Ferguson has the one he wants from Major. He kicks and deals, and that pitch misses just outside. And that Parker Lightning defense thought that was strike 3. They all started jogging in, and they will retreat to their position. Lopez with good speed on second base, anything in the outfield, and you would think that Gary Harley would be aggressive early in this ball game. Ferguson kicks, deals, and that is a really good curveball from Sage Ferguson. He has 3 strikeouts in the bottom of the first. The Sixers do leave 2 men on. We'll be back with the second inning after this. You're watching Post 6 Baseball on the Capital City Sports YouTube page. And we are back at Powers Field, top of the second. It's going to be Tristan Walker, Xander Caranta, and Parker Dennis, the bottom third of the Lightning lineup, due up to face Garrett Oswald. Oswald gave up 2 runs in the top of the first. That one's grounded out to second base. A chopper. Keldon Hastings going to scoop it up, fire to first, and that will be in time for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out for Garrett Oswald, and that is good news for the Sixers. You can get that first batter out, especially on 1 pitch. Things are looking good. in the second inning. Ground out brings up Xander Caranta. Oswald, the lefty, out of the windup, and that is a called strike on the outside corner. And when you can get a one pitch out to start the inning, you can pretty much groove one in there. They're going to be taking. Big swing and a miss from Caranta on that pitch by Oswald, and he is way down in the count. 0-2. Oswald gets the one he wants. The 0-2 pitch on the way. It's a heater, and it just misses off the outside corner. And that's in a similar location to the one Julian Romero was rung up on in the last half inning. Oswald out of the windup, the 1-2 pitch, and that one misses in the dirt. 2-2, count is even. Gio, 2-2 pitch on the way, and that is hit into foul territory. Going back on it is Kostopoulos, and neither Kostopoulos nor Lopez able to get to that one. And we'll do the 2-2 pitch once again. Xander Caranta doing a good job of battling with Garrett Oswald. Oswald needs a new baseball. High maintenance is that Garrett Oswald. 2-2 pitch on the way for the second time, and that heater misses upstairs. And Caranta from 0-2 to 3-2 has done a good job of battling his way back into this count. Payoff pitch on its way from Oswald, and that's hit well into right field. Coming in on it is Lopez. He's under it, and that will be out number two. 2 up, 2 down in the second inning for the Parker Lightning. And fly out by Caranta brings up Parker Dennis. Dennis, the second baseman for this Lightning squad. Oswald delivers the first pitch, swung on and missed by Dennis. And Garrett Oswald is doing a very good job of jumping ahead of these Lightning hitters, even with the 2-run first inning. He was still jumping ahead of them. They were just doing a good job battling and putting the ball in play. 0-1 pitch on its way, and that one misses just off the outside corner. 1-1. Oswald out of the windup. 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed by Dennis, and Oswald's one strike away from a 3 up, 3 down second inning. Dennis awaiting the 1-2 pitch from Oswald. Lobmeyer set up on the outside part of the plate, and that fastball is just fouled off. That may have been the changeup from Garrett Oswald. Had a little bit of a dip to it. That was a very good pitch from Oswald. See what he elects to go with on 1-2 for the second time. It's going to be the curveball, and that misses just upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the second inning. Oswald out of the windup. The 2-2 pitch is a fastball, and that's skied to left field, sending Julian Romero back. Looks like he's under it. He is under it, and that will be out number 3. And that is a 3 up, 3 down inning for Garrett Oswald. See if the Sixers can chip away. We'll be back after this. You're watching Post 6 Baseball on the Capital City Sports YouTube page. And we are back at Powers Field with the bottom of the second. Sage Ferguson into his second inning of work. Going to be Kelton Hastings, Hayden Swain, and Fisher Brown due up for the Sixers. See if they can have some better fortune than the top of the lineup. Although the Sixers did get two men on via the base on balls and hit by pitch, but Ferguson was able to record three strikeouts for all three outs in the bottom of the first. Ferguson, he does work exclusively out of the stretch, and Hastings puts that one to second base. That's scooped up by Dennis. Dennis fires in time, and just like his counterpart, Garrett Oswald, Sage Ferguson gets the one pitch ground out to start the bottom of the second inning. That brings up Hayden Swain, and Swain has had a very productive first season in a Sixers uniform. Just 276, but he's had some big swings throughout the season for the Sixers. Ferguson set at the belt. First pitch to Swain is a called strike, 0-1. Swain back in the box, ready to go against Ferguson. He delivers, and that pitch misses way upstairs, 1-1. Swain looking to be the guy that gets things going for the Sixers offense in the second. Ferguson delivers the 1-1 pitch, and that's grounded to the first baseman. That's going to be scooped up by Clinton. Clinton will take it himself, and back-to-back ground outs. Sixers have two outs in the bottom of the second. That ground out by Hayden Swain brings up Fisher Brown. Brown playing third base today, as he has most of the season, has been very good for the Sixers for the most part. Struggled a little bit yesterday with a pair of errors in the field, but was one of the guys in that Idaho Falls game that drove in a pair of runs. He and Caden Anderson both had two RBIs, and that was the offense for the Sixers. Ferguson delivers, and that is a good breaking ball. Gets Fisher Brown swinging, 0-1. Ferguson set at the belt. Out of the stretch, that fastball just misses in the dirt, 1-1. Fisher Brown wearing number 5 for the Sixers this season. Played a little bit up last year, spent most of his year with the Hawks. 1-1 pitch to Brown, and that's fouled down the third base line. And Brown down 1-2. The two outs, Hastings and Swain, both grounded out to the right side of the infield. Ferguson looking for his first 1-2-3 inning. Garrett Oswald got his in the top of the second. Ferguson kicks, delivers, and Ferguson gets his in the bottom of the second. Sixers go down in order. Sage Ferguson has 4 strikeouts through 2 innings. We'll be back with the third inning after this. You're watching Post 6 Baseball on the Capital City Sports YouTube page. And we are back at Powers Field. Top of the third inning. Lightning lead it 2-0. Garrett Oswald is going to be into his third inning of work. And it's get back to the top of the order. Drew Salyers, Cannon Humphreys, and Trey Gray due up for the Parker Lightning. Oswald, little big lefty, is on the bump and ready to go. First pitch to Salyers is misses just upstairs. Salyers had the leadoff double to get things going in the first inning in his first at bat. Kind of a cheap double, but a double nonetheless. Oswald delivers, and that's grounded to third base, and that's past the diving Fisher Brown, and that's very similar to the first double that Drew Salyers hit, and he cruises into second base. He's 2 for 2 with a pair of extra base hits for the Parker Lightning. That was a very good swing. The first one was a chopper that just tipped off the glove of Fisher Brown. That one was smoked down the left field line. Brown went full extension for it, couldn't get anything on it. And that brings up Cannon Humphreys. Humphreys 1 for 1 on the day as well. He had a single to right field. Oswald delivers. That one's grounded to Fisher Brown, and that is fair over the third base bag. And Salyers is going to score. Humphreys is going to cruise into second base, and that's another run for the Parker Lightning. They lead it 3-0 in the third inning. That one I thought was on the foul side of the bag, but the home plate umpire has a better angle than I do. Back-to-back doubles by the Lightning, and brings up Trey Gray. Gray is 0 for 1 on the day. He does have an RBI. He grounded out to Coulter McAnally at shortstop. And that's hit right at Fisher Brown, and a good base running play by Cannon Humphreys on a line. Sometimes you can get guys cheating off of the base. Humphreys froze and hustled back when he saw that Fisher Brown had gloved it. And that is the first out of the inning. That brings up Joe Clinton. Clinton 0 for 1 with a strikeout, the lone strikeout, the first time through the order for the Parker Lightning. Oswald checks on Humphreys, delivers, and that pitch misses upstairs, 1-0. Sixers are going to have their work cut out for them after losing last night. They're going to have to be nearly perfect to make bracket play on Sunday. Oswald checks on Humphreys a couple times. Now he delivers, and that's swung on and missed by Clinton. And that's the location that Clinton struggled with in his first at bat when Oswald was pounding the outside corner. Clinton just couldn't quite get his hands to it, and that's what resulted in the strikeout. Oswald looking for the same results here. Oswald, that's the one he wants from Lobmeyer. The 1-1 pitch, and that just misses. Another pretty close pitch from Garrett Oswald. McAnally working in the back pocket of Humphreys at second base. Humphreys came around to score a run in his first at bat, in his first inning. And that is a called strike on the inside corner. Clinton kind of tried to throw his back knee at it to make it look closer to his body than the plate. The home plate umpire was not fooled, and this count is even at 2-2. Oswald kicks, delivers the 2-2 pitch, and that's skied into right field. Dom Lopez going to make the play, and Lopez and Tafoya are going to collide into each other. Humphreys is going to come in to score. In with a triple is Joe Clinton, and now Mason Tafoya is still down. The Parker Lightning lead that 4-0, and that was just poor communication between Lopez and Tafoya. Two guys going to try to make a play, but you have to talk to each other to avoid things like that. And now Tafoya's up, and it looks like both guys are going to be okay. Manager Ty Lane jogging out there, going to make sure everyone is okay. But that was a can of corn, and I know that the center fielder does take precedent over in most situations, but in one like that with a runner on second base, you'd almost rather have the right fielder take it as momentum is already going towards third base should the Lightning have tried to tag up if that ball was caught. And and there's a meeting in the outfield. Lopez, Tafoya, Romero, and manager Ty Lane are out there, and that's just a tough situation. And that's tough to deal with when you're on the mound. You know that that's a play that gets made 99 times out of 100, and you just saw the one time where it doesn't get made. I think it looks like everybody's okay out there, and I think that may have been some of the conversation between Ty Lane and his outfielders. Lopez shaking off his shoulder just a little bit, and Ty Lane's going to make the long jog back from right center field. And the Sixers have dug themselves a hole. They're down 4-0 in the third inning. And it's going to be Clinton on third base as it took Lopez and Tafoya just a second. Lopez was the one who finally popped up and threw the ball in, but when there's a collision like that, it takes the guys a second to regroup and find that baseball. Oswald has been pounding the zone, 48 pitches, 32 strikes, and they've just been finding some holes, and there have been some unfortunate plays behind him. Oswald is back on the bump and ready to go against Andrew Major. Major is 1 for 1 with an RBI. First pitch to Major is fouled straight back, 0-1. Major stung one through the right side of the infield past a diving Hastings in his first at bat. Oswald has the one he wants from Lobmeyer. 0-1 pitch is a fastball, and that's popped in fair territory. Lobmeyer fires in time, and excuse me, that is going to be called a foul ball by the home plate umpire. I didn't see that. He didn't make a very emphatic call on it, but it is going to be a foul ball nonetheless. And that's tough if you're a Sixer fan because that was a free out to swinging bunt that was literally 1 foot in front of the home plate. Lobmeyer popped up, checked the runner, and fired in time in it, but instead of the out, going to be 0-2. Sixers are cutting the run early in this ball game. Oswald set at the chest, the 0-2 pitch, and that one misses in the dirt. Good stop by Lobmeyer with an a score extending run 90 feet away. 1 out in the top of the third. Sixers giving up 2 in the third. 1-2 pitch on its way, and that is a called strike 3, and that is out number 2. Major goes down on strikes, and that brings up Brody Severin. Severin 0 for 1. Oswald looking to dance his way out of this inning with just 2 runs, and he has really pitched better than this score indicates as that misses upstairs 1-0. Sometimes on the mound, there's nothing you can do. Once that ball leaves your hand, it's out of your control. Oswald set at the chest. 1-0 pitch is skied on the infield. Hastings is under it. Hastings makes the play. The Lightning strand 90 feet away from home plate, but they do get 2 runs in the top of the third. The Lightning lead it 4-0. We'll be back with the bottom of the third after this. You're watching Post 6 Baseball on the Capital City Sports YouTube page. And we are back at Powers Field. Sixers looking for their first hit in the ball game. Ferguson has held them hitless. I've had a couple of base runners, but nothing doing for the Sixers offense. They trail it 4-0. Going to be Ty Lobmeyer. Then back to the top of the order. Julian Romero and Dom Lopez due up against Ferguson. Ferguson set at the belt. And that is a called strike at the knees, 0-1. And Ferguson has very good command of all of his pitches. I was chatting with Ty Lane. He said this is one of the more elite arms at the Colorado high school level. And I'm seeing why. That misses in the dirt, 1-1. Ty Lobmeyer, a guy that'll grind out at bats, and that's exactly what he's going to try to do against Ferguson. 1-1 pitch on its way, and that is a curveball, and that breaks into the inside part of the strike zone, 1-2. That was a good pitch from Ferguson. Ferguson delivers, and that one misses up near the coconut of Lobmeyer, and he leans out of the way, 2-2. Ferguson kicks, delivers, and that pitch misses in the dirt, 3-2. Lobmeyer looking to be a leadoff base runner for the Sixers. Ferguson has already issued one free pass in this ball game, and two if you count the hit by pitch on Kostopoulos. So he has been a tad wild, but when he's in the zone, he's been tough on this Sixers lineup. The payoff pitch on its way, and that pitch misses upstairs, and the Sixers have a leadoff base runner, and it's going to be Ty Lobmeyer by virtue of the walk. And that leadoff walk brings up the top of the order, Julian Romero. Romero is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He did go deep into that count with Ferguson. That's what you like to see out of your leadoff hitter. See what Julian Romero does right here. Ferguson back on the rubber, ready to go. Julian Romero is another guy that Coach Ty Lane mentioned could be coming out of the bullpen at some point today in this doubleheader. Saw him out of the bullpen last night against Idaho Falls. First pitch on its way from Ferguson, and that misses. Nope, that's a called strike. And maybe if anyone else at the Sixers in the Sixers lineup was at the plate, but Julian Romero was short, and I thought that missed upstairs, and that misses outside, says the home plate umpire. Looked very similar to the first pitch. Ferguson looking in, getting the signs from his catcher, Andrew Major. 1-1 pitch on its way, and Romero swings past that one and firing towards first base is Major. Scampering back is Ty Lobmeyer. He's in, standing up. 1-2 strikes on Romero. Romero hitting 311 coming into this contest. And big swing and a miss from Romero, and he's set down on strikes for his second time in as many at-bats. And that strikeout brings up Dom Lopez. That's what Ferguson has been doing. He's run his strikeout total up to 5 through just 2 1/3. 9 outs. Ferguson set at the belt, slide steps, and that's swung on and missed by Lopez. 0-1. Both Ferguson and Oswald have done a good job of jumping ahead of the hitters in this ball game. Lobmeyer with his lead off first base, a good size lead, and that pitch misses in the dirt. Lobmeyer going to try to advance, and Major erases Ty Lobmeyer. He saw that one in the dirt, tried to read the down angle, but Andrew Major smothered that thing, got his hand on it, and fired it to second base in time, and that is out number 2 for the Sixers. That's a tough one if you're Ty Lobmeyer. You anticipate that down angle to scoot away from Major just a little bit, and it didn't. The 0-1 pitch to Lopez is a ball. 2-1. Ferguson set at the belt. 2-1 pitch, and that is a curveball in there for a strike. And Ferguson one pitch away from another 1-2-3 inning. Ferguson shakes a couple times, gets the one he wants. And this pitch is a called strike three on the inside corner on Dom Lopez. And that will do it for the Sixers in the third inning. They trail it 4-0, still searching for their first hit. We'll be back with the fourth. After this, you're watching Post Six Baseball on the Capital City Sports YouTube page. And we are back at Powers Field into the fourth inning. Lightning lead at 4-0. Bottom third of the Lightning lineup due up Tristan Walker, Xander Caranta, and Parker Dennis. And this was the portion of the Lightning lineup that went 3 up, 3 down against Garrett Oswald as the first pitch to Walker misses in the dirt. It's been the first six hitters that have given Oswald fits. 2 runs in the first, no runs in the second, 2 runs in the third for the Parker Lightning, and that one misses in the dirt. And it is 2-0. Sixers 44-13 on the season, putting together a very good season in the win-loss column. And Walker stings that down the left field line, and it is just foul. That was a good swing by Tristan Walker, and he just couldn't keep that thing in play. 2-1. Oswald back on the mound working out of the windup. I do see some movement in that Sixer bullpen. 2-1 pitch misses upstairs to Walker, and Oswald has fallen behind 3-1. And I think this is one of the first times Oswald's fallen behind in a count. He's been jumping ahead of hitters all day long. They've just been battling him and putting the ball in play. That pitch is swung on and missed by Tristan Walker, and Oswald has run the count full. Xander Caranta waiting in the on deck circle. Oswald gets the one he likes. Payoff pitch on the way, and that is skied to left field. right at Julian Romero. He takes a few steps to his right, and that will be out number one. Good job by Garrett Oswald battling back after being down in that count and recording the first out of the fourth inning. That brings up Xander Caranta. Caranta 0 for 1 on the day as well. Oswald looked like he was settling in that second inning. And that's grounded to shortstop, scooped up by McAnally. McAnally sets his feet, fires across, and that is in time to get Caranta. And that is out number two for Garrett Oswald in the fourth inning. And that brings up Parker Dennis. Dennis 0 for 1 as well. As I mentioned, they bottom third of the Lightning lineup was 3 up, 3 down in the second, and Oswald looking to do the same to them in the fourth. Lobmeyer sets up on the outside part of the plate. That fastball catches the outside part of the plate. 0-1. That was a good job jumping up by Gio right there. Oswald now wind up the 0-1 pitch, and that pitch stays upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike on Dennis. Dennis, the second baseman for the Parker Lightning. None of the Parker Lightning players have really had to do a ton on the defensive side of the ball. That's a big swing and a miss by Dennis. Ferguson's recorded 9 outs, 6 of them have been strikeouts. Oswald way ahead in this count, 1-2. 1-2 pitch is a fastball, and that just misses low and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the fourth inning. Sixers looking to keep this score right where it is at 4-0. Oswald 2-2 pitch, and that is a fastball swung on and missed. Good pitch by Garrett Oswald, and that is out number 3. The Lightning go down in order in the fourth. They still lead it 4-0. We'll see if the Sixers can chip away. We'll be back with the bottom of the fourth after this. You're watching Post 6 Baseball on the Capital City Sports YouTube page. And we are back at Powers Field with the bottom of the fourth inning. It is still Sage Ferguson on the mound for the Parker Lightning, and he's going to be facing the middle of this Sixer lineup 3-4-5. Coulter McAnally, Zach Kostopoulos, Mason Tafoya due up for the Sixers. McAnally 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He went down looking in his first at bat. Ferguson back on the mound. As I mentioned, works exclusively out of the stretch, not something you see a ton out of starting pitchers in this day and age. That's a called strike at the knees of McAnally, 0-1. McAnally back in the box, awaiting the 0-1 pitch. Ferguson kicks, deals, and that's a breaking ball, and that's hit well into left field. Going back on it and not able to make the play is Drew Salyers. McAnally going to pull into second base with a leadoff double, and that is the first hit of the ball game for the Sixers, and that is exactly what you would like if you're the Sixers and what you expect out of the middle of this lineup. You expect a lot out of these guys, but they're capable of producing, and that's exactly what Coulter McAnally did right there, putting that over the head of Sawyers in left center field. Brings up Zach Kostopoulos. Kostopoulos was hit by a pitch in his first at bat. McAnally getting his lead off of second. It's Humphreys keeping him close at short. He's in his back pocket right now, and stepping over is Ferguson. The old spaghetti move, and McAnally is back easily. Not any threat on that one from Ferguson. Ferguson checks on McAnally. This time he goes to the plate. Big swing and a miss by Zach Kostopoulos. He actually foul tipped that into the catcher's mitt. 0-1. Kostopoulos, 411 hitter, leading the Sixers team in RBIs and home runs this year. And that one is fouled off over the press box. 0-2. Sixers just looking to string together a couple hits. They've done a good job of keeping themselves in the game. Sometimes when you don't get your first hit until the fourth inning, you can fall way behind, but just a 4-run deficit with plenty of ball game left, just halfway through this game. Ferguson gives McAnally a look at second. This time it's a fastball foul tipped. This time Major unable to hang on to it. May have gotten him in the mask as home plate umpire's going to walk a new baseball out to Ferguson. Major's going to fix his mask. A buckle may have come undone. Tighten that thing up and get back going. Now the Parker Lightning coach is going to come out of the dugout and help Major with his mask. I'm Grant Storbo bringing you this game live. We'll have all the Firecracker games live from Powers Field as long as the Sixers stay in it. We'll have game 2 against North Platte after this one. Probably 20, 30 minutes after this ball game. It's scheduled for 7:30, but in tournament play, you never know whenever the game ends. We'll just roll with the next one. Ferguson, set at the belt, kicks, deals, and Kostopoulos grounds that foul down the third base line. He is still down in this count, 0-2. Shout out to my former Sixer teammate for designing the logo you see in the bottom right corner. Braxton Ennis did a great job on that for me. 0-2 on Kostopoulos. Ferguson checks on McAnally. Checks on him again, this time working in his Humphreys a little bit. Now he clears, and Kostopoulos fouls that one off in pursuit of it, making the sliding play, and it just pops out of his glove from Joe Clinton. Clinton dropped into a slide trying to make that play in foul territory, and he nearly got to that baseball. But Kostopoulos with a second life. Still 0-2. Fell behind 0-2, has fouled off 2 consecutive pitches from Ferguson. Ferguson is only at 51 pitches. He kicks, delivers, and that pitch misses upstairs. 1-2. Buzzing the tower a little bit on Kostopoulos. We've seen Ferguson miss up there a couple times in this one. Ferguson gonna step over again, trying to get McAnally off the bag. McAnally much too good of a base runner to let that move fool him. Kostopoulos waiting the 1-2 pitch. It's on its way and swung on and missed by Zico. And that is out number 1 in the 4th inning. And that is the 7th strikeout of the game for Sage Ferguson. He has had this Sixers lineup in the palm of his hand all day long. That strikeout brings up Mason Tafoya. Tafoya 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Ferguson set at the belt. Kicks, delivers, and that is a curveball in there for a strike. And Ferguson has very good control of those first two pitches. McAnally with his lead off of second base. Humphreys behind him, and that's fouled down the left field line. And Ferguson found himself in a familiar position way ahead of these Sixers hitters, 0-2. Sixers have gotten just one hit that came in the fourth inning. He's standing out at second base, a double by Coulter McAnally. Ferguson delivers the 0-2 pitch. That one misses in the dirt. Good job by Major blocking that one. And it is 1-2 on Tafoya. Ferguson gets the one he wants on 1-2. Checks on McAnally, kicks, delivers, and that's tapped back to Ferguson. He's going to plant his foot, fire over to first in time for out number 2. Coulter McAnally does advance to third base, but that's the second out of the inning. Kelvin Hastings going to have to get it done with a base hit with 2 outs in the fourth inning. Lightning lead at 4-0. Sixers looking to crack the scoreboard for the first time in this game. Ferguson toes the first base side of the artificial turf rubber. First year of artificial turf on the mound at Powers Field. Brand new turf in the infield. That pitch misses in the dirt. They have been using metal cleats on it, but I believe that this is the first weekend that you are not able to do that. And Hastings grounds that up the middle. That's scooped up by Humphreys at short. He fires across in time, and the leadoff double doesn't produce anything for the Sixers. They leave one man stranded. They do get one hit in the inning. Sixers trail it 4-0. We'll be back with the fifth inning after this. You're watching Post 6 Baseball on the Capital City Sports YouTube page. And we are back at Powers Field, top of the fifth inning, and back to the top of the order for the Parker Lightning. Drew Salyers, Cannon Humphreys, Trey Gray due up for the Lightning, I should say. Sixer Hurler gonna try to keep this score where it is at 4-0, and that pitch misses just outside. 1-0 on Salyers. Oswald out of the windup. Southpaw delivers the 1-0 pitch, and that is fouled straight back. 1-1. Salyers 2 for 2 on the day. Garrett Oswald at 67 pitches starting this fifth inning. Still some action in that Sixer bullpen as there has been for the last couple innings, but Oswald has been able to work out some kinks as that pitch misses way upstairs. 2-1. Sawyers is 2 for 2 with two doubles. Pair of doubles down the left field line. Fisher Brown hugging that left field line much more than he was early in the game. That pitch is swung on and missed. 2-2. Oswald one strike away from getting out number one in the fifth inning. Oswald gets the one he likes, the 2-2 pitch, and that misses upstairs. And the count has been run full on Drew Sawyers, the Lightning center fielder. Payoff pitch, and that's hit off of the third base bag, and that is the third time Sawyers has peppered that line, and he is 3 for 3 on the day. That time a single. I think Fisher Brown may have been able to glove that thing if it didn't hit the bag, but it hit the bag, shot up. McAnally did a good job of sprinting out there and limiting Sawyers to just a single. And that's just the kind of day he's having, and it looks like Ty Lane is going to go to the bullpen after that single. We'll get the change for you, and we'll be back after this. You're watching Post 6 Baseball on the Capital City Sports YouTube page. And we are back at Powers Field. The new pitcher for the Sixers is going to be Xander Jarash, and his first task will be Cannon Humphreys. There's a man on first. That's Drew Sawyers. He just led off this inning with a single. Jarash, the tall righty, gives Sawyers a look at first, delivers, and that pitch misses upstairs. 1-0. Garrett Oswald's day ends with 4 innings pitched, 6 hits, 4 runs, just 3 earned, no walks, and 3 strikeouts. Oswald threw 72 pitches. Moving on the pitch is Sawyers, and Sawyers slides in safely. Hastings unable to handle the throw from Lobmeyer. And I believe that that pitch was a ball, and it is 2-0 on Humphreys. And this has been the part of the lineup for the Parker Lightning that has done the damage. They've gone 2 runs in each the first and the third inning, and it's been innings where Drew Sawyers leads off, and that is skied on the infield. Zach Kostopoulos looks like he's under it. He is, and he makes the play near the first base bag for the first out. Xander Drosh comes in and retires Humphreys in as the first batter he faces. That pop out brings up Trey Gray. Trey Gray is 0 for 2, does have an RBI on the day, drove in a run way back in the first inning when he grounded out to Coulter McAnally at shortstop with a man on third base. McAnally in the back pocket of Salyers at second. That pitch is going to get by Ty Lobmeyer, and that is a free 90 feet for Drew Salyers. He moves up to third base. Trey Gray hits in the 3 hole for this Lightning squad, so I would presume that he has some good pop. He did line out to Fisher Brown in his last at bat, so 2 balls hit fairly well to the left side of the infield in his 2 at bats. Jarash set at the ear, and this one misses upstairs. 2 balls and no strikes on Trey Gray. Jarash waiting for the sign from Ty Lobmeyer. Lobmeyer, I'm not sure if there was some miscommunication coming out of the Sixer dugout. Oh, nope, they're going to walk Trey Gray to get to Joe Clinton. Clinton is the cleanup hitter for the Lightning. He is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And this is a situation where you could get a ground ball double play and get out of this inning at 4-0. This score has been 4-0 since the third inning, and pickoff attempt hits off Trey Gray, and that pops away from Kostopoulos, and that's going to be an easy run for the Parker Lightning, and it is 5-0 Lightning. Lightning split their games yesterday. This is the only game they play today. And moving on the pitch is Gray, and Ty Lobmeyer erases Gray, trying to steal second base, and that is out number 2. A really good throw by Ty Lobmeyer for out number 2. And Clinton, I couldn't tell if that was a strike or a ball. I'm hearing it was a ball, 1-0 on Clinton. And big swing and a miss by Clinton, 1-1. Jarash looking to keep this lead, deficit, I should say, at 5 runs. 1 ball and 1 strike on Clinton. Big swing and a miss from Clinton, and that's another one on that outside corner. And that's the pitch that Joe Clinton has struggled with in all 3 of his at-bats thus far today. Jarash gets the one he wants from Lobmeyer, set at the ear. And that fastball is fouled off, but they were going to that outside corner again. I can't really tell what it is, why Clinton is struggling with that pitch so much, but he is having a heck of a time getting his barrel to the outside corner. 1-2 pitch once again from Jarash. This one misses way upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the top of the 5th inning. Clinton waiting the 2-2 pitch from Jarash. It's on its way, and that's swung on and missed. Outside corner, foul tipped into the glove of Ty Lobmeyer. And that will do it for the Parker Lightning. They do get 1 run in the 5th inning. They lead it 5-0. We'll be back with more Post 6 baseball. After this, you're watching Post 6 baseball on the Capital City Sports YouTube page. And we are back at Powers Field, going to be the bottom third of the lineup. Going to try to figure out the riddle that is Sage Ferguson on the mound. He's into his fifth inning of work. Going to be Hayden Swain, Fisher Brown, Ty Lobmeyer due up. And the Lightning defense is going to shift around a little bit before Sage Ferguson steps on the mound there. Right fielder was playing too far in. And they adjusted him, and we're ready to go in the bottom of the fifth. First pitch to Swain misses just low and away. 1 and 0. Sixers have gone to the bullpen in this one, and Xander Jarash and chatting with Ty Lane, he said he just wants to use four pitchers between these two games, and that one's hit into foul territory. Pursuing it as Clinton. It's going to stay in play. Clinton unable to make the play, just kind of danced on him up in the wind. The wind is blowing out to dead center. I think that if the wind wasn't blowing, that may have gotten out of play, but it pushed it back in, and Clinton couldn't get under it. And Hayden Swain has a new life. He is even in the count, 1 and 1, leading off this fifth inning. Swain back in the box, ready to go against Ferguson. Ferguson kicks, deals. The 1-1 pitch is grounded, and that's going to be scooped up by Humphreys at short, fired across, and in time to get Hayden Swain, and a really good play by Cannon Humphreys. And he is aptly named judging that throw. He had to go to his backhand, planted his back foot, and used the cannon on that one. And first base coach David Lazarus wanted to ask for help from the home plate umpire. Now Ty Lane's going to jog out and have a conversation. We saw one of these get overturned last night when the base umpire called a runner out. They went and talked about it and called him safe. We'll see if the same thing happens today. Could be more difficult because last night the base umpire was behind the pitcher's mound on that one. He was standing in right field, and they are going to call Hayden Swain out. And Swain will jog back to the dugout, and that is out number one in the fifth inning for the Sixers. And Ferguson cruising right along through 4 1/3, just giving up the lone hit. That was to Coulter McAnally in the fourth inning. No runs, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts through 4 1/3. Ferguson set at the belt. First pitch to Fisher Brown is hit well into right field. Coming in on it is Severin, and Severin unable to make the play. He went into a slide. Fisher Brown going to be able to take second base, and that's going to be a double for Fisher Brown. Severin dropped to a knee, couldn't make the play. And that will be the second hit of the ballgame. And maybe that's the break the Sixers needed. Should Severin have played that on his feet, would have just been a single. The double play still would have been in order. He decided to try to make the spectacular catch in right field, and it got by him. And sometimes something like that is what needs to happen to get an offense going, and see if Ty Lobmeyer can back that double up with a base hit of his own. He's 0 for 0 on the day. Walked in his first at bat. No official at bat. And Lobmeyer takes that one upstairs, 1 0. Ferguson back on the mound. Gets the one he wants from Major, gives Fisher Brown a look at second base. Just one look. That fastball is a called strike at the knees. Good pitch from Sage Ferguson. And it is 1 1. Brown. It's his lead off a second. Nobody really keeping him all that close at second base, but he's got a fairly conservative lead. 1-1 pitch, and that's swung on and missed by Ty Lobmeyer, and not a very good swing at that. He got a little bit locked up on that one, and it is 1-2 on Lob. Fisher. It's his lead off a second, a little bit bigger this time. Ferguson kicks, delivers, and that pitch misses upstairs. 2-2 on Lobmeyer. Brown seems to be extending that lead, and now Humphreys is going to work in behind him. He was getting bigger and bigger with each pitch. The 2-2 pitch is a curveball, and that stays upstairs. And the body language of Sage Ferguson, he wanted that one to be a called strike three. Ty Lobmeyer has worked the count full and is looking to reach base for the second time in this ballgame. One out in the fifth inning. Payoff pitch coming from Ferguson, and it misses low just below the knees of Lobmeyer, and that will be ball four in the bottom of this Sixers order. Turns it over to the top. A double by Brown, a walk by Lobmeyer. And that brings up Julian Romero. Romero, bit of a rough day after swinging a hot bat for a majority of the week. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Romero, little lefty in the box, ready to go. This would be a huge situation for his first knock of the game. Ferguson giving Fisher Brown a long look at second. And Romero's going to tap that to third base. Trey Gray going to scoop it up, fire to second in time for one. Not in time to get the speedy Romero, but the Lightning do record the fielder's choice. And that is out number 2 of the fifth inning. Brings up Dom Lopez. Lopez 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. Searching for his first hit of the ball game, as are a majority of these Sixers hitters. Sage Ferguson has been in control from the moment he stepped on the mound back in the first inning. Romero gets his lead off of first. First, third situation could be a scenario where the Sixers try to do something and get that run in from third by any means necessary. That one's fouled off by Lopez. 0-1. Romero on first, Brown on third. Good speed on the base paths for the Sixers. 0-1 pitch to Lopez, and that's flared out, and that's going to drop in front of Severin in right field, and that will be an RBI single. And the first run of the game for the Sixers comes off the bat of Dom Lopez with 2 outs in the bottom of the fifth inning. And that'll bring up Coulter McAnally. McAnally had the first hit of the ball game into the left center field gap. It was in the fourth inning, and it was a double. And if he could do that again, the Sixers would draw closer with Romero on second, Lopez on first. Still good speed on the bases. If McAnally can put one into a gap, this game could get very interesting in the fifth. Ferguson has the one he wants. Checks in on Romero at second a couple times. The first pitch to McAnally is a called strike on the outside corner. McAnally, just a sophomore, plays basketball at Cheyenne East. 0-1 pitch on its way from Ferguson, swung on and missed by McAnally, and it is 0-2. McAnally 1 for 2 with a strikeout. As I mentioned, he has the double. Came in his second at bat. Ferguson set at the belt. The 0-2 pitch is grounded to the third baseman Gray. He's going to field it, step on third for the final out of the inning. The Sixers do inch closer. They shrink the lead from 5-4. Lightning lead it 5-1. We'll be back with the sixth inning after this. You're watching Post 6 Baseball on the Capital City Sports YouTube page. And we are back at Powers Field. Xander Jarash in his second inning of work out of the bullpen. Going to be Andrew Major, Brody Severin, and Tristan Walker due up for the Parker Lightning. The Sixers got one back in the bottom of the fifth, trail it 5-1. Jarash looking to throw a zero up there and give this Sixers offense a chance, and that misses low and outside, 1-0. Major stepping into the box, awaiting the 1-0 pitch from Jarash. That pitch misses out of the zone as well, 2-0. Major is 1 for 2 with an RBI and a strikeout on the day. Jarash deals the 2-0 pitch, and that's hit well into the left center field gap. That's sending Romero back, and that is going to hit the base of the wall. Romero's going to pick it up, and Major is going to cruise into second base with a leadoff double in that. That one, Jarash is lucky to be getting that baseball back. That was hit well by Andrew Major. But we've seen teams work out of a sticky situation with leadoff doubles. The Lightning did it earlier in this ballgame. That's what Jarash is going to try to do in this inning in the top of the sixth. There's going to be a courtesy runner on for the Parker Lightning. It's going to be number 77, Buick. I'm going to go with Buick. Reading coach's handwriting is fun. 0-1 on Severin. McAnally keeping Buick close. 0-1 pitch on its way from Jarash. Fastball, and it's hit right at Fisher Brown. Brown scoops it up, looks Buick back, and that is in time. Zach Kostopoulos picks up the throw in the dirt, scoops it up, and that is out number one. Good play by both parties, all parties. Good pitch by Jarash, good play by Fisher Brown, and a good pickup by Zach Kostopoulos. That brings up a pinch hitter, and that's going to be Jarvis. He's hitting for Tristan Walker. The designated hitter, Walker, was 0 for 2. So, designated hitter not getting any hits for the Parker Lightning. First pitch to Jarvis. And that is a foul ball. 0-1. Jarash back on the mound, ready for pitch number 2 to Jarvis. That pitch is hit well into left field, right at Julian Romero. He makes the play, and that is out number 2. Jarash 1 out away from getting a 0 in the sixth, and that could be what the Sixers need going into the final 6 outs of this ball game. And this is a big game. The Lightning split yesterday with the Greeley Gojos. They lost 13-3, and then they beat the Casper Oilers 11-2. Pitch misses low and in the dirt. 1-0 on Caranta. It's looking like this Pool A, the Powers Field side of the pool, this could get a little mucked up. This day 2 of the Firecracker tournament. That's a called strike on Caranta, 1-1. 2 outs in the inning for the Sixers. A leadoff double by Andrew Major. Since then, Xander Jarash has set the Lightning down in order, and that one misses behind the head of Caranta. And it is 2-1. Just hit the Bulls, Xander Jarash. 2 balls and 1 strike on Caranta. Jarash 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning. It's Parker Dennis, the 9-hole hitter for the Lightning, waiting in the on-deck circle. 2-1 pitch, and that's a called strike on the outside corner. 2-2. The Sixers outfield, and Dom Lopez is playing a little bit shallow and right. Julian Romero and Mason Tafoya playing a little deeper. The wind is blowing out to left center field, and that one is fouled straight back by Caranta, and we'll do the 1-2 pitch again. As I mentioned, we'll have game two of this Sixers doubleheader. That'll be against North Platte. About 20, 30 minutes after this game, we'll have start time and the link to watch that game on all of our social media on Facebook and on Twitter. That's fouled off, out of play. And Caranta doing a good job of battling Jarash. 1-2. Jarash looking in, getting the sign from Lobmeyer. Has the one he wants. McAnally in the back pocket of Buick at second. 1-2 pitch misses in the dirt. And a really good stop by Ty Lobmeyer. As we've seen Jarash throw one to the backstop already that Lobmeyer couldn't get in front of. That one, he chested up and kept Buick at second base. Jarash set at the ear. The 1-2 pitch is a fastball, and that's fouled off as well. And Caranta not going down easily. So it is 2-2. Two balls, two strikes, two outs in the top of the sixth inning. Jarash going to step off, wipe some sweat off of his face, and he's back and ready to go. As I mentioned, Parker Dennis waiting in the on deck circle, hoping to get a chance to bat. 1-2 pitch is delivered, and that is a breaking ball that doesn't break and misses upstairs on Xander Jarash. Count is full, 3-2. Jarash. It's the one he wants. The payoff pitch on its way, and it is hit into the Bermuda Triangle behind Zach Kostopoulos, and it's going to drop fair, and that is going to be a run. And boy, the Parker Lightning are just finding holes right now. That was one in between Hastings, Kostopoulos, and Lopez down the right field line. They all pursued it. None of them could get there. And that's a 2-out RBI single for the Parker Lightning. And they extend their lead 6-1. Single by Caranta brings up Parker Dennis. Dennis is the second baseman for the Lightning. First pitch to Dennis is swung on and fouled back and out of play over the press box at Powers Field. I would presume that this will be Jarash's game to finish through the sixth and seventh inning. That one misses low in the dirt. 1-1. Jarash gets a baseball. That's Caranta with a mediocre lead at first base. Kostopoulos holding him on, and that pitch misses upstairs. 2-1. Jarash is thrown 1 2/3 inning, 28 pitches, 17 of them have been strikes. Dennis on the day is 0 for 2 with a strikeout, and he's going to ground that up the middle. Colter McAnally going to scoop it up, and not in time to get the speedy Dennis. McAnally had a little bit of hesitation on the transfer, couldn't quite get it from his glove to his throwing hand, and that is just enough to allow Dennis to reach. Dennis runs well. I'm not sure McAnally would have thrown him out regardless. And we're back to the top of the order, and this has been the Sixer killer today for the Lightning. It's Drew Salyers 3 for 3 with 2 doubles. 2 men on for Salyers. And the pitch from Jarash misses just outside. 1-0. It's Cannon Humphreys. He's been the other guy. There's 3 players in this Lightning lineup with multi-hit games. Lightning have 8 hits on the day, picking off to second base as Jarash, and back in safely is Caranta. Salyers waiting the pitch from Jarash, and that misses in the dirt. 2-0. And this is a situation where if you're the Sixers, you do not want this lead to or deficit to balloon to the Lightning. You want to get out of this inning and give your team a chance. in the sixth and seventh, and that misses upstairs 3-0 on Sawyers. Jarash set at the ear, he delivers, and this one's a called strike. So the 3-0 pitch is right down Broadway, and it is 3-1 on Sawyers. We'll see if he takes a big cut at one. He is in command of this count. That miss is way outside, and the bases have been loaded up. Bases loaded full of lightning, and now Ty Lane wants to come talk about things with his junior reliever, Xander Jarash. I'm Grant Storbo bringing you these games live from the 2021 Firecracker. We'll have game two after this one. We'll have the Sixers and Casper Oilers tomorrow night at 7:30, and we'll keep you posted on game times and locations for Sunday. You do have to make the top two. There's pools of six. The pool A has been mostly played here at Powers Field. Pool B mostly played at Pioneer Park. And the mound visit is over. As I was saying, you have to be top two in your pool. This would be the Sixers' second loss, barring a comeback. But right now, the Sixers need to be focused on getting out of this inning. Bases are full of lightning, and they have a chance to really blow this game open. Jarash comes set. First pitch on its way to Humphreys, and that misses upstairs 1-0. It's Caranta on third, Dennis on second, Salyers on first. Infield playing straight up, force out everywhere. Just need to this ball in play, and that one's fouled straight back by Humphreys. 1-1. Jarash did a good job of getting the first two outs of the inning. Major did lead off with a double. Then Severin and Jarvis were retired. After that, things have gotten a little bit dicey for the Sixers. One ball, one strike, and that is fouled off as well. So Xander Jarash in command of this count. 0-2. Excuse me, 1-2. Jarash waiting the one he wants. Jarash has thrown 24 and 2/3 innings this season coming into this outing. 1-2 pitch on its way, and it is skied into center field. Mason Tafoya under it. Mason Tafoya makes the play, and the Lightning leave them loaded in the sixth. They do add one, and their lead is 5 going into the bottom of the sixth. You're watching Post 6 Baseball on the Capital City Sports YouTube page. And we are back at Powers Field, bottom of the sixth inning. Sixers trail it 6-1. The Sixers offense has just mustered 3 hits in this game, but Zach Kostopoulos leading things off in this sixth inning. Going to be Zach Kostopoulos, Mason Tafoya, and Keldon Hastings, as Sage Ferguson is still going strong for the Lightning. He's through 5 innings, 76 pitches, 47 strikes, 7 strikeouts. His strikeout numbers have tabled off a little bit. He may be getting a little bit tired. I don't see any movement in that Lightning bullpen as that pitch misses inside on Kostopoulos, 1-0. Sixers just looking for anything that will get this offense going. They have left a few runners on base, and that's a called strike on the curveball from Ferguson. And once again, he's ahead of the Sixers hitter, 0-2. Ferguson deals, and that is a called strike. And I must have been mistaken. I thought that the home plate umpire called the first pitch a strike. He called it a ball, so that was a 1-1 pitch to Kostopoulos, 1-2. And that pitch misses upstairs, 2-2. Ferguson set at the belt. The 2-2 pitch is a fastball swung on and missed by Zach Kostopoulos. Foul tipped into the glove of Andrew Major, and he goes down on strikes to start the bottom of the sixth. And the Sixers down to their final 5 outs of the ball game. And brings up Ben Bowman. Bowman gonna hit for Mason Tafoya. Tafoya was 0 for 2 on the day. And it's going to be Bowman, the senior, getting the pinch hit at bat. Saw Bowman come in late in the game last night, and that one's hit well into center field. In pursuit of it is Salyers, and that's going to be a single for Ben Bowman. And he comes in, sees one pitch from Sage Ferguson, and says, "Hey guys, it's not that hard. I just put one into center field." That's a single, brings up Keldon Hastings. Hastings, 276 hitter coming into this contest. That's dropped a little bit. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Hastings in the box, waiting for Ferguson to toe the rubber. He's on it now. Bowman will get his lead. Bowman runs well at first base. Holding him on is Joe Clinton. Ferguson delivers, and that's a called strike on the outside corner. 0-1 on Hastings. Sixers have 4 hits now after that single by Bowman. Slide step from Ferguson, and a good curveball gets Hastings swinging. 0-2. 1 out in the bottom of the sixth inning. That came on the strikeout by Zach Kostopoulos. Ferguson slide steps, delivers, and that's fouled down the third base line. Kind of a chopper. Thought initially off the bat that was maybe going to stay fair. It did not. And Hastings has another shot at the 0-2 pitch. Bowman, his lead off of first base, and picking off at Bowman is Ferguson, but Bowman's back in easily. Hastings awaiting the second 0-2 pitch of this at bat. And this one is swung on and missed for out number 2. And that's 2 more strikeouts on the count of Sage Ferguson. And that is strikeout number 9. It's really tough when you're not putting the ball in play. That's 3 innings worth of strikeouts the Sixers have put together. But I'm going to give credit to Sage Ferguson. He has really good stuff, and he is locating it well today. Slide step by Ferguson. That's hit well by Hayden Swain, and that's sending Salyers back, and Salyers not able to make the play. Bowman hustling around third base. He's going to come in safely, and that's an RBI double by Hayden Swain, and that's what Hayden Swain can provide out of that DH position. Isn't hitting for a great average right now, but he can put a ball in the gap and over the outfielder's head. That's exactly what he did right there, and the Sixers inch closer, 6-2. Still no movement in the Lightning bullpen, so it's going to be Ferguson's inning to finish. Ferguson is at creeping up around 90 pitches at 87 after that double by Swain. Ferguson gives Swain a look, delivers the pitch to Fisher Brown, and that's a called strike on the outside corner. 0-1. I don't have a first pitch strike percentage in front of me, but if I did, I would say Sage Ferguson's is well over 70%. He's been jumping on top of these Sixers hitters as that misses in the dirt. 1-1. Sixers have gotten a run across in each of the last two innings. A single by Brown could put a crooked number up in the bottom of the sixth as that one misses outside. 2-1. Brown steps out, gets a couple of words from third base coach Gary Harley. Ferguson set at the belt. 2-1 pitch is stung to the right side. That's off the glove of first baseman Clinton and thrown past the pitcher trying to cover first base. And the run will come in and score. That's going to be an error on first baseman Joe Clinton. The return throw was behind Ferguson trying to cover. And the Sixers getting closer, 6-3, just a 3-run deficit against the Parker Lightning. Still 2 outs in the 6th inning. That brings up Ty Lobmeyer. That was going to be a tough play for Clinton, but had he gloved it, when he went to catch the ground ball, it popped out of his glove. Had he gloved it, it would have been an easy play, but he made it tough on himself by not fielding that ground ball cleanly. Brown on first base. Ferguson set at the belt. First pitch to Lobmeyer is fouled straight back. 0-1. Lobmeyer is not registered an official at bat. He's reached base twice. Has 2 of the 3 walks that the Sixers have drawn, and that's kind of how Ty Lobmeyer rolls. He works good at bats, and that is a pitch upstairs. 1-1. Major keeping Brown close at first. He's in safely. Ferguson shakes off the first pitch Major puts down, and he's going to pick off at Fisher Brown. And it looks like Major calls his own pitches. Sometimes these summer club teams out of Colorado, they do that. They allow the catchers to call the game, and that's what's happening right now. And it's 1-2 on Lobmeyer. I'm guessing some of it is Sage Ferguson calling his own game. When he wants to throw a pitch in a certain count, he'll shake until he gets the one he wants. 1-2 pitch from Ferguson on its way, and that pitch misses low in the dirt. 2-2, another snap throw down to first base. Fisher Brown dives in safely. Two balls and 2 strikes on Ty Lobmeyer. He's in a battle with Ferguson, and that pitch is a called strike 3 on the outside corner. And that will end the 6th inning. The Sixers do get 2 runs back. It is 6-3. We'll be back with the 7th inning after this. You're watching Post 6 Baseball on the Capital City Sports YouTube page. And we are back at Powers Field, top of the seventh inning. Going to be Trey Gray, Joe Clinton, Andrew Major, 3-4-5 in this Lightning batting order. And Xander Jarash is into his third inning of work. He's done a good job coming out of the bullpen as that pitch misses in the dirt to Gray. Jarash came in after Oswalt gave up a leadoff single in the fifth. Has given up just one earned run. The running that Jarash gave up in the fifth got charged to Garrett Oswald. The pitch misses inside, and it's 2-0 on Gray. Trey Gray is 0 for 2 with an RBI and a walk. Jarash kicks, delivers, and that one's hit well into left field, right at Julian Romero. He has to jump to catch that line drive, but he makes the play, and that is out number one. Trey Gray has hit 3 balls pretty well to the left side of the field, and all of them have resulted in outs. Young man, remember that the next time you hit a bleeder over the second baseman's head and get a hit out of it. Jarash set at the ear. First pitch to Clinton is a called strike. 0-1. Good job by Jarash jumping ahead of Clinton. Jarash, the 0-1 pitch. That one stays upstairs. 1-1. Just one out in the seventh inning. The Sixers finally got on Ferguson a little bit in the bottom of the sixth. If they can keep this game at 6-3, you never know what can happen in the seventh. Jarash delivers, and that one misses low. 2-1. Lightning have 6 runs on 9 hits. Sixers 3 runs on 5 hits. That pitch misses in the dirt. 3-1. And Clinton looking to reach base for the first time. He's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Jarash delivers. The 3-1 pitch is fouled back and out of play. And the count has been run full. Jarash toes the rubber. 3-2 pitch on its way, and that is hit high on the infield. Fisher Brown looks like he's under it. He is, and he makes the play for out number 2. Joe Clinton 0 for 4 on the day. That's the Lightning cleanup hitter. He has not done any damage to the Sixers in this one, and the Sixers 1 out away from keeping this a 3-run game going into the 7th. Pop out brings up Andrew Major. Major 2 for 3. One of 3 guys on this Lightning team that's had a multi-hit day. And that's a big swing and a miss by Major. He had a double into the left center field gap in his last at-bat. Jarash ready for the 0-1 pitch, and it is just off the outside corner. 1-1, and you can see Ty Lobmeyer's body language behind the plate. He's going, come on, man, you just rung me up on that one to end the last inning. 1 ball, 1 strike, and that pitch misses inside. 2-1 on Major. Major has done a good job behind the dish for the Lightning in this ballgame. He has erased 1 Sixer base runner. 2-1 pitch on its way, and that's hit well into left field. And that is a matter of whether it's fair or foul, and it is a foul ball, but it got out of play. The home plate umpire never made a signal, so I was a little confused there. I was looking at him, waiting for him to throw his hands up or give the home run signal. But that's just a long strike for Xander Jarash. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the top of the 7th inning. Jarash. 2-2 pitch on its way. It's fastball, and that misses in the dirt. 3-2 in major. Let's work this count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes on the Lightning catcher, Andrew Major. The payoff pitch on its way, and that's fouled off. He spoils that one, and we'll do the 3-2 pitch once again. Reminder, at the conclusion of this game, we'll have the Sixers taking on North Platte. After this, about 25, 30 minutes, I would say. It's slated for 7:30, getting close to 7 o'clock. Probably will be a little bit later than 7:30. At least it won't be as late as the game got going last night. An 8:35 per first pitch in that Idaho Falls game. Jarash, the payoff pitch, and that's hit well into right field, and that's going to drop just in front of Dom Lopez. And that will be a 2-out single for Andrew Major, and that's his 3rd hit of the ball game. He's 3 for 4 on the day, giving this Sixers pitching staff fits. And brings up Brody Severin. It's going to be Buick on to run for the catcher, Andrew Major. In this tournament, you can use courtesy runners for your pitcher and catcher. Going to keep things moving quickly. Jarash checks at the runner at first, and that one's grounded to third baseman. Fisher Brown backhands it, sets his feet, fires across, and Zach Kostopoulos unable to pick Fisher Brown up on that one. Moving up to third base is Buick, and Fisher Brown just kind of short-armed that one from third base, and that's his 3rd error in the last 2 games. He had 2 last night against Idaho Falls, another one today, and that one was a routine play. That's one Fisher Brown will tell you he's got to make. 2 outs in the 7th. Sixers going to try to work through that error. After reaching on the error, Brody Severin is on first. Major on third. Buick on third. Buick came on as a courtesy runner, and Jarvis is going to call time. Brant Jarvis getting his 2nd at-bat of the ball game. He came on to pinch hit for Walker a couple innings ago. First pitch to Jarvis. Jarash holding the runner well. That one misses in the dirt. That bounces off of Ty Lobmeyer. He can't find it, and that is going to be a run scored. And the Lightning get an ever-important insurance run. It is 7-3 in the top of the 7th inning. The Sixers just have not played their brand of baseball today. For whatever reason, they're going to have to try to get that figured out before the North Platte game. There's still 3 outs, though. Have an opportunity to win this game in the 7th as that pitch misses in the dirt. 2-0. Jarash checking. The runner at second base now delivers. That one misses low and in the dirt to Jarvis. That's Severin at second base, and it's 3-0 on Brant Jarvis. It's Xander Caranta waiting in the on-deck circle, and that's a called strike right down the middle for the X-Man Jarash. 3-1. Sixers looking for the final out of this inning, and that pitch misses up and in. Looked like a pretty good pitch from Jarash. I think he wanted that one. Just had to have been barely outside of this home plate umpire's strike zone. And that brings up Xander Carranza. See which Xander can win this battle. Jarash delivers the first pitch to Carranza. Carranza flies that, charging hard is Bowman. Going out is McAnally, and neither one able to grab it. And that is going to be another run coming home and throwing it over the head of Ty Lobmeyer. And now the wheels are really spinning. That's 2 runs scored for the Lightning. It's 9-3, advancing all the way to third base is Xander Carranza. As the throw from McAnally went over the head of Lobmeyer, nobody was behind home plate. Backing up, and things are getting a little ugly in the 7th inning. Sixers trail it 9-3. Jarash Just looking for one more out. And that pitch misses outside to Parker Dennis. 1-0. Sixers made two errors in this ballgame, and that one's skied to center field. This time Bowman is under it, and Bowman makes the play, and that will do it for the top of the seventh. The Lightning do get 3 runs in the top half of the seventh, and they lead it 9-3. We'll be back with the bottom of the seventh, see if the Sixers can have some late inning magic. You're watching Post Six Baseball on the Capital City Sports YouTube page. And we are back at Powers Field with the bottom of the seventh inning. It's the part of the order you want up. If you're the Sixers, Julian Romero, Dom Lopez, Coulter McAnally, 1-2-3, due up to face Sage Ferguson. Ferguson looking for the complete game as he's going into the seventh. Ferguson delivers, and that pitch misses outside 1-0. Ferguson is at 96 pitches. I'm not sure what the pitch count rules are in this tournament. American Legion rules your max pitch count is 105. As that pitch misses in the dirt, 2-0. Ferguson, it's the pitch he wants from Major. 2-0 pitch on its way, and that misses upstairs, 3-0. And Julian Romero looking to get on base. And when you're down 6 runs with 3 outs remaining, base runners, base runners, base runners, that's what you're looking for if you're the Sixers. No such thing as a 6-run home run. 3-0 pitch on its way to Romero, and that is a called strike. Three balls and 1 strike on Romero. Ferguson looking to battle all the way back, and this one is a called strike at the knees, and the count is full on Romero. Romero 0 for 3 on the day with a pair of strikeouts. He's looking to right the ship in the 7th inning. Payoff pitch on its way from Ferguson, and it's fouled over the Sixer dugout. And we'll do the 3-2 pitch again. Ferguson has the one he likes. Payoff pitch number 2 misses outside, and Julian Romero draws the leadoff walk. And that'll bring up Caden Anderson. Caden Anderson going to get the pinch hit at bat for Dom Lopez. Top of this Sixers lineup has struggled last night and into today. So manager Ty Lane looking to mix some things up, give Caden Anderson a crack at Sage Ferguson. The last pinch hit batter was Bowman, and he knocked one up the middle. And that fastball is a called strike at the knees. 0-1. Anderson had 2 RBIs in last night's ball game. 0-1 pitch on its way, and that's swung on and missed by Caden Anderson, diving back into first base safely as Romero, as Andrew Major has done that a few times. He's hit the snap throw back, and it is 0-2. 0-2 pitch is fouled back by Caden Anderson, and he is battling with Ferguson. Anderson stepping back into the box. Anderson had a very good defensive night last night against the Idaho Falls Bandits. Threw out 3 base runners. That one is a pickoff, and Romero sliding back in safely. And if I'm Sage Ferguson right now, I'm not too worried about the base runner. If you want to steal second base, go ahead. I'm going to get this batter out. Ferguson set at the belt, and that is check swung. Ferguson pops off the mound, fields it, fires to first base, and that is in time for out number 2. And the Sixers are down to 1 out, and that brings up Coulter McAnally. Excuse me. That is not out number 2. That's out number 1. I jumped the gun. Out number 1, Julian Romero's on second base, and Coulter McAnally stepping to the plate. Ferguson. He's at 107 pitches. First pitch to McAnally, misses on the inside part of the zone. 1-0. Ferguson set at the belt. He delivers the 1-0 pitch, and that is fouled off. 1-1. Ferguson looking for the complete game. He's through 6 1/3, giving up 5 hits, 3 runs, has 10 strikeouts on the day, and that's been the problem for the Sixers offense. When you're striking out, it shrinks the game for the opponent. 1-1 pitch is fouled off by McAnally. 1-2. Coulter McAnally is 1 for 3 with a double. Has been set down on strikes once. McAnally back in the box, ready for the 1-2 pitch from Ferguson. Ferguson checks on Romero at second. Now he deals, and that one is skied into right field. Going back on it is Severin, and Severin makes the play in right center field, and that is out number 2. And now the Sixers are down to their final out in this ball game against the Parker Lightning. They're trailing 6-3, or excuse me, 9-3. We're trailing 6-3 going into the 7th. Gave up 3 runs in the top of the 7th, and their final hope rests in the bat of Zach Kostopoulos. Kostopoulos looking to extend this ball game. Romero is standing on second base. Kostopoulos. First pitch of the at-bat misses in the dirt. Good take by Zico. 1-0. Ferguson set at the belt. He delivers the 1-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss by Kostopoulos. 1-1. Kostopoulos 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. He has been hit by a pitch in this one. Ben Bowman waiting in the on-deck circle, hoping to get an opportunity. That is 2 balls and 1 strike on Kostopoulos. Ferguson set at the belt. The 2-1 pitch misses in the dirt, and that gets by the catcher, Andrew Major, and Julian Romero will advance 90 feet. 3 balls and 1 strike on the Sixer cleanup hitter, Zach Kostopoulos. Kostopoulos came into the day hitting 411. He's 0 for 2. That's dropped just a little bit in this one. Ferguson at 115 pitches per the Cheyenne Post 6 game changer. 3-1 pitch, and that misses way outside, and Kostopoulos draws the walk. And the Sixers have 2 runners on, and that'll bring for the Lightning coach out of the dugout, and there will be a pitching change. We'll get that change for you right after this. You're watching Post 6 Baseball on the Capital City Sports YouTube page. And we are back with the 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. The Parker Lightning have made a pitching change. It's Drew Salyers coming in from center field, trying to get the last out. Shifting from right to center is Brody Severin. Coming in as the DH is Brant Jarvis. And that pitch to Bowman is a called strike. First pitch from Salyers. The book is closed on Sage Ferguson. Ferguson's day end, 6 2/3 pitched, 5 hits, 3 runs, 10 strikeouts, did walk 5 Sixer batters. As that pitch misses outside, 1-1. Just 2 of the runs given up were earned runs by Ferguson, and he really dominated this game from the moment he touched the mound. That pitch is fouled back and out of play down the right field line, and Bowman down in the count, 1-2. Sixers 1 strike away from dropping their second game of this Firecracker tournament. Bowman takes a pitch just outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. 2 men on for the Sixers. Costopoulos not being held on at first base, which is understandable in the 6-run lead. The 2-2 pitch on its way, swung on and missed by Ben Bowman. Sawyers comes in, closes the door on this ball game, and the Sixers fall to 1-2 in the Firecracker tournament. And they're 44-14 on the year. We will be back with game 2 of this doubleheader against North Platte. I would presume it'll be in about 30 minutes. Check our social media pages. That's where the link will be. It'll be right on this same YouTube page. Hit the subscribe button. Lightning win this ball game 9-3. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Grant Sorbo. You're watching Post 6 Baseball on the Capital City Sports YouTube page.